Howdy, howdy, y'all. Giving you guys a little bit of a different start here. I know a lot of times I just point the camera forward on where I'm driving and kind of just go from there, but trying a little bit of a different setup here. Kind of a different position as to where the phone's mounted. That way I can kind of point it at me and point it up towards the road. But welcome, Bill. Thank you, everyone, for jumping on. So what we're going to do here is we're going to chase this little bit of a windbag storm that's going on. Winds have really ramped up over the past couple hours. I've seen some reports of winds up towards 70 miles an hour. I believe Dunkirk had something in the low 60s and stuff like that, and conditions really deteriorated. When I left this morning at 7 o'clock, it was raining. Let the dogs out and stuff like that, checked on them, and it was raining. And then within an hour, I walk into the store, come back out, and it's like blizzarding snow. So enough of my ugly face here. Let me get around this turn here because it is just ridiculously slick. All this melting and rain that we got really did flash freeze. Okay, now that I'm around that corner, I'll turn you guys around so you can see conditions. So yeah, you can see the wind is really, hold on, let me see if I can get this. There we go, get a little bit of a better camera view. You can see the wind is really ramped up and taking all this fresh snow. I mean, we're sitting at 20 degrees right now, and all this snow coming down is all nice and light and fresh, and it's easily prone to being blown around. So, and like I said, all the moisture from yesterday's melt, all the rain that we got overnight has really all froze. So roads have become very slippery. Welcome, Judith, Julie, Kathy. Thank you for jumping on. So right now, this is Gary Levant Road, or Levant Gary Road, if you go by direction that you're going. So that means I'm leaving the Levant area, heading towards Gary on Gary Levant Road. We're going to head right up into Dunkirk. We're going to get up onto the lake, show you guys the big waves that are going on. I know one of our fellow chasers is actually already out there. And, yeah, the wave heights are really out there breaking. The winds are really solid. So we're going to go out and see what it's all about. Show you guys what's going on out by the lake where the worst of this is happening. So you can see right now we're actually not really getting a lot of snowfall. It's really just the snow that has fallen being blown around. You can see right up here, the road is nicely covered, and this is all just from drifting and blowing snow. If you're planning on going out today, you're definitely going to want to give yourself a lot of extra time. Like I said, all these roads really did flash freeze this morning. I thought actually they were keeping up on the salt and everything pretty good to prevent the roads, the wet roads from turning to ice, but I was out all this morning and it's slick, very slick. Feel free to, if you got any questions or anything like that, you're welcome to drop them into the comment section. I'll try to answer them if I can see them and have an answer for it. If not, our chief forecaster, Andrew Stevenson, is manning the chat. He'll be able to answer a lot of things for you too. Cindy, where is this? So this is Gary Levant Road coming into the town of Gary. We're going to be heading right towards the lakes, or we're going to actually go to the lake. So we're going to actually cross into a lot of the heavy lake effect that's going on right now up through the Chautauqua Ridge and stuff like that on our way to the lake. So we'll be getting into some pretty rough conditions here. It's actually, put it this way, it's so slick that I'm driving a hybrid Jeep, and it's got this thing called max regeneration where when I step off the gas, it kind of breaks itself and uses that to recharge the battery. But it's so slick that I had to shut that off because it was kind of braking so hard that it was slipping. So that's kind of gauging a little how slick it is out. All right, so we're just coming through the town of Erie. This is Route 60 now, heading northbound. Let me know what you guys think of this view. If you guys like this camera angle, like I said, this is kind of a different camera angle than what I normally run. You're you're more into my field of view here, but you're kind of right in front of me off to my left on the upper part of the windshield. I kind of figured this will give you guys a little bit of a better sense of road conditions and give you guys a better view. But let me know how you like it. This is kind of a new position I'm trying out. Eventually, our chase vehicles will have front facing and driver facing, so we'll be able to kind of bop back and forth. We're looking at possibly switchboards in the vehicle too to be able to swap camera views and stuff. So you guys can see as we're coming out of the town of Erie here, the snowfall is now picking up, and I expect this to really start ramping up when we get into Sinclairville, Cassadaga, obviously in the Fredonia, and as we approach the lakes. So yeah, we're just about the halfway point between Gary and Sinclairville, heading northbound on Route 60 right now. As expected, snowfall continuing to increase in rate as we come up to the Chautauqua Ridge area. I know it's not all that bad right now, but it is slick. And again, I expect the snowfall rates to increase and the winds will definitely really ramp up as we get up into Cassadaga, especially up once we get up on a three-legged hill there. I did not bring my anemometer. I was gonna. I know some people ask me for some wind readings. I debated bringing it, but this snow really kind of wreaks havoc on the cups of the anemometer, and it's very expensive pieces of equipment. So I am looking more at some upgraded anemometer equipment that's got like metal cups, stuff that can really kind of take the brutality of this snow that likes to stick on those. So now we're just passing Sinclairville, coming up on Cassadaga Valley High School. Wow. Yeah, winds have already increased just coming up by the school here. Just got up that little hill there and already starting to get yanked around quite a bit. And yeah, when we get up towards the lake and stuff, I do plan on parking and I'll take the phone with me and show you guys a lot of the waves that's going on. I'm sure there's probably some flooding going on by like Lakeshore Boulevard and stuff in Dunkirk. We usually get a lot of flooding there when we get windbag storms like this. So although there hasn't been a lakeshore flood advisory or warning issued, so maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking. So again, for the folks just joining us, I am currently on Route 60 between Sinclairville and Cassadaga, passing Charlotte Hill Road, heading to Lake Erie. Am planning on passing through the heaviest part of the lake effect band, and obviously winds will very likely increase. I should say they've already increased, just getting up by Cassadaga High School there. Visibility is definitely starting to drop. We're probably at about half a mile visibility. And if the video does cut out, just stick with us. Most likely just passing through some weak cell signal areas. I do not have my Starlink on me today, so just stick with it. It usually comes right back. Rick, hello from Perrysburg. Hey, Rick, thanks for joining us. How is it out in Perrysburg, actually? I bet you guys are probably getting hit pretty good. And looks like we're coming up on our first traffic slowdown. Looks like we got a line of vehicles here. Rochelle, hello from Casadega. Hello, Rochelle. I'll actually be passing through your area here very shortly. Coming up into Casadega, actually. And you can tell things are getting worse. We're definitely getting a line of traffic here. Actually, starting to get around this little rest area curve here on 60, and it looks like whiteout conditions will be coming up on. Carrie, hello from Jamestown. Hello, Carrie. Oh, yeah, visibility is definitely way worse up here. Dawn says it's snowing pretty good in Sherman. Yeah, I bet it. They're getting a pretty good clip there in Sherman as well. Traffic's really at a crawl. We're doing 23 miles an hour right now as we come into the town of Casadega. Camera doesn't pick it up too well, but the snow's really blowing in from the left side here. All right, coming through downtown Casadega right now. Trooper has been behind me for a while, then suddenly flipped his lights on and he's heading to something. Wonder if there's something going on a three-legged hill or something. Maybe vehicles getting stuck trying to come up the hill. Good old Casadega, though. I call them the snow globe of winter. They always seem to get hit with snow up here. Again, guys, if the video cuts out, stick with it. It usually comes right back. I know there's a weak cell spot up here, so the video may cut out as I go through that, but it usually comes right back. Oh, let's see. Whiteout conditions here in Holland. Had to crawl on Center Road in Holland Glenwood. Zero visibility most of the way. Yep. Seems to be the name of the game across Western New York here as this lake effect band really starts to take hold. Actually, my visibility, I would say, is definitely down below a quarter mile. Actually, looks like it's probably about to get even worse up here. Yeah, starting to really lose view of the cars up ahead of this line here. Oh, yeah, we definitely got something going on up here. Wonder if this is what the state trooper was heading to. Of course, I can't see what's going on, but I wonder if there's an accident because we're doing about 12 miles an hour right now. Well, maybe it's not an accident. It's just really crappy. Visibility is definitely below a quarter of a mile for sure. Again, if the video cuts out, I'm going through this weak cell signal. Just stick with us, and the video usually comes right back. This is Route 60 northbound, about to go down Three-Legged Hill, coming out of Casadega towards Fredonia. Mike. Yeah, Mike, it's crappy. I'm now starting to lose visibility within 100 feet or so. Snowfall's definitely really picked up. The winds are picking up. Wow, it's bad coming down Three-Legged Hill here. All right, so just about at the bottom of Three-Legged Hill here. Again, this is Route 60 northbound in between Casadega and Fredonia that I'm at right now. Road conditions actually surprisingly aren't too bad. Seems like they're keeping up on the roads pretty well. And I think Andrew just put a comment in as to where that crash was reported. Oh, wow. Visibility really starting to drop off again. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 cars ahead of me before I can't see anymore. Mike, don't get on 90. Yeah, I'm not planning on getting on the 90. Andrew just said that there was a crash there, so we're gonna avoid the 90. I thought of going down towards Sunset Bay. Usually when we get a lot of wind and stuff, Sunset Bay is usually the place to go, but we'll kind of play this one by ear because it sounds like accidents, road conditions suddenly just deteriorated too. Looks like we're coming up on a whiteout, maybe. Definitely under a quarter-mile visibility. And sorry guys, if you're commenting and I'm not answering, it's just because I'm focusing. I know if you got questions though, Andrew is also in the chat, kind of manning the chat and comments, so he may be able to chime in and answer something if I don't answer it. Rachel, where am I right now? I am on Route 60, heading almost into the town of Fredonia. Coming up on the Penske building right now. Looks like our New York incident alerts is getting on the scanners. He helps us while we're out in the field, lets us know where there's crashes and stuff, places to avoid. Yeah, really starting to lose visibility here. So we're almost to the roundabout here in Fredonia, New York. We're going to continue our trek on 60 and get to the lakes. Chaz, not bad here in Dunkirk. Yeah, I would expect when I start coming out of Fredonia and getting into Dunkirk, the snowfall rates will definitely fall right off. Closer you get to the lakes, the less snow, when you're in lake effect, the less snow there is closer to the lakes. But think, I'm only a few miles away from the lakes, and here we are in less than quarter-mile visibility, and a watcher of ours here, Chaz, says that it's not bad at all in Dunkirk, and I'm only just a few miles away from Dunkirk. Says the winds are crazy, though. Yep, that's kind of what I was expecting. And there goes my laptop. Sounds like we've got even a little bit of growple going on. I can kind of hear it hitting the vehicle. Winds are definitely howling here for sure. I don't see where the accident is on the thruway, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. It's just I couldn't see it. A lot of traffic coming out of Dunkirk, though. You can see this line of cars. Oh, wow, yeah, winds are definitely picking up. Oh, my God, that semi's sideways. Holy crap. Woo! Look at that track. To show you how windy it is, that semi-trailer just went sideways. Whoa. That definitely gets your heart racing a little bit. There's a Walmart truck a few vehicles ahead of me, and that gust of wind pushed his trailer sideways. Wow, winds have gotten absolutely insane coming on the other side of Fredonia. He must be empty. I kind of thought the same thing, but if he was empty, I wonder why he's heading this way. Let's say I hope he's empty, because if that wind took a semi-trailer sideways loaded, that's incredible. All right, so we are in Dunkirk right now. You can see the snowfall rates have definitely trailed off. The winds have picked up drastically. There goes Mr. Walmart truck. Probably needs a little bit of a breather after watching his trailer go sideways. Wow, barely a dusting of snow here in Dunkirk. Stark difference between Cassadaga and Dunkirk. As expected, though, closer you get to the lakes, the less snow there usually is. Roads are definitely very sloppy and slippery here in Dunkirk, though, so if you're coming into Dunkirk, definitely be careful. Oh yeah, that lake looks mad. What do you guys say? You all ready for some wave action? Because Lake Erie's looking very angry right now. And there's Lake Erie and all of its fury right now. Oh, looks like they put sand there to make a little bit of a break wall. Smart. Normally this Lakeshore Boulevard is usually flooded. And actually, I may have spoke too soon. Looks like, oh no, it looks like they just ended the barrier there. We've got some water coming up over here. I'd say Lake Erie's pretty mad right now. You guys can definitely see the water kind of crashing up over here, over this wall. But look at this, you can still see green grass. It's crazy. I want to see if I can get you guys a little bit of a view here. All right, give me just a second. I'm going to get a different hat on and some gloves, and we'll take a step outside here real quick. Ooh. The shore here of Lake Erie as well. It doesn't appear like there's much of a seiche going on either, at least not now. There could have been early last night with the passage of the cold front. It's just water being pushed from the western side of Lake Erie over to the eastern side. Usually you'll get a water wave here, almost like a storm surge in a hurricane. But it doesn't appear like there's much of a seiche going on now. I would say relatively normal. Obviously, the water is higher. There's a gust. And on that note, holy crap, I got a ice cream headache pretty much. All right, let me get my laptop back up here. I'm actually going to take a look at radar here real quick on my tablet and see where this lake effect band is. Wow, yeah, you could see the winds just suddenly came out of nowhere. It wasn't bad when I got here, but now it's really, really ramped up. Boy, talk about coming in at the right time. That would have been kind of gnarly to be out in. So yeah, it looks like very wide lake effect band. Let's see if I could show you guys. Yeah, so that's radar that I'm looking at right now. You guys can kind of see my location dot right there, just over the K in Dunkirk. But a very just widespread kind of lake effect thing right there. All right. Let me get my gloves and stuff out of the way, set my laptop down. All right, let's go over to the pier. We'll take a look at that. Crazy. It really was not this bad when I got here, and then just within the past 2 minutes or so, it just picked up like crazy. Kind of want to get out here. So you could see kind of this debris and water mist that's kind of coming off the lake right here. The railings are all full of ice. There we go. There's some water breaking over the wall right there. Go for another little adventure here. Oh, this is gonna be cold. Yeah, right here, big gust of wind coming across, creating some whiteout visibility. I was going to step out, but I think I'm going to change my mind on that. Yeah, when I got into Dunkirk, it was not this bad. It really, over just the past 10 minutes or so, it really deteriorated here in Dunkirk. What do you guys say for a good old walk on the pier? I know y'all will be down for it. I'm not sure I'm down for it. Oh, this is gonna be cold. All right. Go take a stroll. Woo! So here we are right on Dunk. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can zoom you out. Oh, big gust of wind. Big gust. Yeah, it's windy. All power plant right there. This is the Dunkirk Pier on Central Ave, just behind 64 on the pier. Holy crap. You can see all the all the spray that's coming up. Whoo, and I just caught a good one. All the spray coming up onto the pier here is now starting to freeze up, making this, obviously very slippery. Whew. It's windy for sure. You can see obviously the break walls are doing their point, kind of keeping these waves just real shallow. Holy crap, I'm being pushed. So yeah, obviously those break walls doing a real good job here, but we're obviously still getting a little bit of a water mist, and it's all freezing over the pier right here in Dunkirk. Nice and calm on this side of the pier. It's actually crazy how calm it is right there because of the break wall that's way out there. But you can start to see some waves occasionally breaking over that break wall. Looks like a nice seat to have. And you can tell too, when I pulled in here, it was whiteout conditions, and now it's already cleared out. Just kind of shows you how fast these lake effect clouds are moving and where the heavier snow's falling. Ooh, I just got wet. You can see the wind really whipping across the water right there. Then obviously you got your boat launch right there. Vehicle already covered in ice. Oh. All right, that was eventful. All right, I kind of want to see if I can go down towards the state park. Get maybe even a little closer to the lake, see how the conditions are there. Good thing I brought some hot coffee with me, because I am soaked now. So this is, I'm not even 100% sure. Lakeshore Drive. Yeah, this is Lakeshore Drive in Dunkirk, kind of heading over towards Westfield area. Actually, we'll see if we can get to the lighthouse. Samantha, this is in Dunkirk right now. I'm actually heading to the lighthouse. See kind of what conditions look like down there. Oh, of course, that's all closed. Not surprising. And that's a do not enter. Yeah, you can see those flags whipping right around, kind of give you a gauge of how the wind is. Like I said, it's not even really snowing here at all. This is all just wind picking up whatever snow's on the ground and just throwing it. It is snowing a little bit though, not bad. Not like it was when we came through Casadega and everything. Oh, a little bit of flooding here. Ah, of course the park's closed. Dang. Oh yeah, this looks like a pretty cool view. Gonna be cold as all get out, but let's do it. Just a second, guys. Gotta get my key. Oh my God. All right, well, that was brutal. And actually I got back in too because obviously seeing that little change there, I knew conditions were about to get kind of really bad, and they had gone downhill from when I first pulled up here. You can obviously see the bike route sign right here just flailing in the wind. And obviously when I pulled up here, it was hardly snowing, and now it's suddenly snowing hard again. So actually, I think that's probably as close to the lake as I'm going to be able to get. I think I'm going to turn around and we'll kind of head up towards the north side of Dunkirk as soon as I can find a good turnaround spot here. Looking at radar too, it looks like there's actually a little bit of a burst coming out of Canada too. I'm trying to see or automate it so I can see what direction it's heading. Yeah, so Buffalo, Niagara Falls, West Seneca, the suburb, or Hamburg, stuff like that. There's actually a little burst of snow coming out of Canada. That'll probably get you guys a pretty good dousing of snow that when it comes across. Looks like that might be our wind shift for the lake effect too, coming down. Snowfall definitely really increased all of a sudden here in Dunkirk. Visibility definitely down to probably a couple 100 feet or so. Wow. Yeah, it got really bad here in Dunkirk. And it's Graupel too. kind of letting it accumulate on the windshield a little bit, you guys can see that it's these balls of ice and kind of sleet. We call that grauple. All right, wipe it off so you guys can see the road. So just passing the pier here, it's the intersection of Lakeshore and Central Ave in Dunkirk right here by Crosby's, and where the boardwalk and all that is. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll head back into Fredonia instead. Conditions are likely about the same. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, looks like an accident. So we're just coming out of Dunkirk, heading back up towards Fredonia, get back into the heavier snowfall. Those that were on earlier seen the Walmart semi-truck in front of me ended up fishtailing his trailer. The wind actually blew it and had it sideways. Quite interesting. So this is Bennett Road coming out of Dunkirk. We're actually in between Dunkirk and Fredonia right now. About to go over the 90. So now as we come away from the lake, we'll probably start seeing winds die down just a hair, and we'll see snowfall rates increase. Further you get away from the lakes, the more snowfall, or the heavier snowfall rates you get into. All right, now we're coming out of Fredonia, heading back towards the Cassadaga area. So this is Route 60 southbound now that we're heading. Looks like, just looking at radar, looks like this band, the southern edge of this band kind of runs along Panama, Jamestown, or north of Panama, north of Jamestown, just off to the west of Ashford. Machias is probably in and out of it. Yorkshire looks like they're getting a pretty good clip. Holland, Concord, Collins, Silver Creek, Dunkirk, Fredonia, Stockton, Portland, Westfield, Cassadaga, Chautauqua, Ripley, Mayville, all those areas are right in this lake effect. And it's a very wide swath of lake effect that's kind of going on right now. It's not extremely heavy snowfall rates, but it's very broad. I mean, we're talking all the way from the northern part of this band reaches from downtown Buffalo, or just south of downtown Buffalo and Canal Side, all the way down to just north of the I-86 corridor in Jamestown. So that's kind of how wide this lake effect band is right now. It's very wide. But like I said, looking at radar, there is kind of this heavy swath up in Canada, coming out of Welland, Canada. Looks like it'll probably skirt Buffalo, West Seneca, the South Towns, the Lake Erie shoreline like Silver Creek, Eden, those areas. And that looks like it might shift this lake effect band a little bit south. So areas along the I-86 corridor in Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties, just stay alert, because we could be getting a little bit of a wind shift that's coming down from Canada. And this could push that lake effect south and also cause it to kind of tighten up a little bit, not be this really wide swath of snow. We could start getting a little bit more of a focused band. Obviously, I'm just kind of guessing this on experience. I'm not looking at models or anything. I can definitely see a little bit of a wind direction change coming now. Again, if I happen to lose video, coming through here is a little bit of a dead zone. It'll come right back, so. Paula, my God, take the wheel, stay safe and warm. Thank you, Paula. All is well, so well. It's stepped out of the car, got you guys some good footage of Lake Erie's fury, and that was really cold. So just coming up Three-Legged Hill now. And Andrew, our chief forecaster, did just post that the lake effect band is expected to kind of shift south a little bit. So places like Jamestown along the I-86 corridor could start seeing some heavier snow this evening as this band kind of shifts south a little bit. I love when we have the team working together. He comes in and kind of clarifies things a little bit for me. So this is the top of Three-Legged Hill. That's what us locals call it here in Cassadaga. Oh, we got a little snow-nado up here. Just crossed the road. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's kind of the cool thing too. Back at our weather office too, there was a lot of snow-nados is what I call them. They're just little vortexes of wind, pick up a nice little layer of snow, and really, it just looks really cool. Really makes us storm chasers miss the spring and summertime when we can chase actual tornadoes. And just to give you guys a little bit of a tease, we may be looking at going out west come springtime, come tornado season. We may be looking at doing a little bit of a series of storm chases out west in the heartlands. So you're definitely going to want to subscribe and stay tuned for that. If you don't already follow us, please click that follow button. If you want to subscribe to us and help support us and also get exclusive content, we now have a new subscription option. Feel free to go on our page. It's also pinned to this live if you want to look at kind of the benefits you guys get. And one benefit that is not listed is we are starting to get our first wave of bumper stickers or bumper magnets. We're not 100% sure. We're not 100% sure I'm not 100% sure if they're magnets or stickers, but if you subscribe, be one of our first subscribers, we'll send you one. We got our first batch coming here in about a week or so. Also, if you're into storm chasing or watch the Disney Channel's Storm Chasers series, you probably know Reed Timmer. And Reed Timmer actually just gave us a shout out in a very Merry Christmas video and sent it to us a few days ago. That is also linked on our page, so go check that out. Little special message from Reed Timmer, who, if you watch the shout out video that he sent us, also told us to come chase in his backyard. He was out he comes up here actually quite often, and we've chased with him a couple times. One of them being that Christmas Eve blizzard up in Buffalo a couple years ago. We were on that, and we actually chased it with him. So that was actually really cool to be able to collaborate with Reed on that. And then he sends us a little Christmas gram telling us that it's time for us to go chasing his backwoods. Do you know the elevation of Three-Legged Hill? I am at the top of it, and it's 1,437 feet. And the reason I can be so accurate in that is because my Apple Watch tells me the elevation that I'm at. Wow, it got really bad in Casadega here. Almost a complete whiteout here in Casadega. Wow, really windy, and snowfall's coming down pretty good. We'll probably really get into some whiteout conditions up here as we get up by the fields. That's usually where the wind really whips across this road. What's going on up here? Oh, is that a broken down bus? Or, oh no, it's UPS. Shout out to the delivery people out working in this stuff. Paula, I must say I don't miss that. You can come to Las Vegas for the warmth. Paula, is that an invite? Because I might take you up on it. I am not fond of snow. I used to be a huge snow sports person, snowboarding, skiing, snowmobiling, but obviously we don't really have the season for snowmobiling anymore. And then I ended up breaking my knee, so that kind of took out the snowboarding and skiing. Wow, 1,000 feet, that's up there. I think the highest peak in all of New York is like 5,500. Yeah, Chaz, you might be right, and I think that peak is actually on 86 in Allegheny County, I want to say, is where I think you're. Oh wait, 55. No, 55. Yeah, so I'm thinking of I-86, how it comes through Allegheny by Angola and stuff there. I want to say that's like 3,600 feet or something like that. But yeah, 5,500. That's up there. And actually, I think that's over by the Catskills and stuff is where that tallest peak is. And they were actually talking about massive winds up there. I mean, like hurricane strength winds when the front passed through last night. So do people around here ever get used to this? I'm originally from PNW. Why did I move to Western New York? LOL, JK. I hear you, Janelle. Like I said, I'm not a huge snow person anymore. I used to take part in a bunch of snow sports, but just not anymore. And now I really kind of learned to despise the snow and cold, which is why a lot of you guys probably see that I go on cruises about twice a year, and I have to keep my sanity. People say go to therapy if you don't like the snow. I say just take a cruise. I think it's cheaper and more fun. Oh yeah, here we go. Woo! Whiteout. There we go. And I got to tell you, the camera gets through. I've actually watched my phone, which is the camera that you guys are seeing, to see the up ahead further than what I can see in real life. The camera doesn't do it justice of how kind of white out it is right now. It's kind of incredible how these cameras can see better through like whiteout conditions. Yes, I was driving while looking at my phone, but the camera could see the conditions better than I could in real life. Or see through the conditions, I should say. So just to kind of talk to you guys a little bit, for those lucky enough to still be on, I know we were up over like 100 viewers at one point. Now that's obviously trailed off. Lot of big things coming up for 2026. So we're going to have a lot of new things coming. Again, if you're just joining us, you're going to want to subscribe, because we're going to be giving a lot of exclusive content away. If you're a subscriber, you'll have access to a lot of things. We're talking about doing a live stream, like a 24/7 live stream of weather cameras across all Western New York, and even developing our own camera network across the area. So you guys have, you know, cameras everywhere. Just to answer, not going off topic, but where are you right now? So I'm on Route 60 southbound, actually passing Gaymark Tire and Wheel, in between Cassadaga and Sinclairville. But we're also talking about like a 24/7 radar as well, so you guys can see kind of the radar products we use. And these flakes have gotten fat. And then obviously I teased earlier about us possibly going out towards the Heartlands for like a springtime tornado season chase. Again, if you haven't seen the post on our page, the man, the myth, the legend, I call him, Reed Timmer. A lot of you guys may know him if you guys watch Storm Chasers or Disney Channel Storm Chasers. He gave us a special Christmas shout out, and kind of teased that we should come out in his neck of the woods and do some chasing. There was just a bad accident out that way. Snowplow versus Amish buggy. Chelsea, where are you talking about? Matt, back in Old Reliable, I see. Actually, this is not Old Reliable. This is the Jeep I'm in. Old Reliable's at home. This Jeep handles better than Old Reliable. Being a hybrid, it's got a lot of weight in it, so... But again, if you guys aren't following us, please go click the like and follow button. We do have a new subscription or a subscribers page as well. If you subscribe to our page, you'll get access to that exclusive page. You'll also get access to a bunch of exclusive content, and I believe we're giving away a free gift when you subscribe as well. We've got Western New York bumper stickers coming, and if you subscribe, we'll send you one. Plus, another big thing coming up in 2026, we're going to develop our own apparel line as well. So if you're looking at getting on to getting some Western New York Storm Chaser apparel, you're going to want to stay tuned for that too. Well, let me know when you need pulled out. Yeah, I ain't going to need pulled out, Matt. Nice try. Cherry Creek Hill Road, I think you might be past it already in South Dayton. Oh, yeah, I'm not in South Dayton at all. I'm actually coming up on Cassadaga Valley High School right now. ETA for bumper stickers / magnets, 1 to 2 weeks. There you go. Our man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Stevenson, forecaster Andrew Stevenson, just gave us an update that the bumper stickers will be coming in about 1 to 2 weeks. And like I said, if you become a subscriber of our page, we'll send you one. So just passing Cassadaga Valley High School right now. Chelsea, drive safe, dude. I know it's not very nice out there. Yeah, it's very slick out. Like I said, all that melt off we had. I mean, we literally went from 57 degrees 24 hours ago. It was like 57 degrees. All the snow was melting. We had rain overnight, and then it all kind of flash froze. So the roads are slick. So coming into Sinclairville here right now, or just came into Sinclairville. You can kind of see how the snow is, well, I don't know if you guys can see it, but to tell you guys, they're real fat flakes right now. When we were up by Dunkirk, we were actually mostly getting graupel. And that's kind of like a snow sleet kind of pellet ball. I'm sure you guys have seen them before. We even get them in some thunderstorms as well. Now we're in these really fat flakes as we get away from the lake. Sitting at, the car is reading 18 degrees right now. Andrew said, I know he posted earlier that we'll slip into the 20s this evening. Well, we've slipped beyond 20. We're below 20 now. Visibility's still well under a quarter of a mile, probably not even that. I know there's the car ahead of me, and then there's a car ahead of him that I could just faintly see his tail lights. Jody or John asks where I'm at. I am currently on Route 60 southbound. I am in between Sinclairville and Gary right now. Oh, and I do want to apologize. I think it was last week, mid to late last week. I know we were having a pretty good clip of lake effect snow, and I didn't end up chasing it. And I apologize for that. Those that did watch me chase last week noticed my voice was practically gone. I was actually diagnosed with pneumonia. And during that lake effect event, I just was not feeling good. So I apologize for not going out and chasing that and giving you guys the coverage for that. But as you guys can tell, the voice is back, feeling a lot better. So where are you heading? I will send you a hot cocoa. I appreciate that, Paula. I'm actually drinking some, I made sure to brew myself some hot coffee before I left. So I'm kind of sipping on some coffee. But I'm heading to Jamestown. See if I can show you guys a little bit of a difference on where the end of this lake effect band is. Because right now we're in the thick of it right now. We're coming into the town of Gary right now, still on Route 60. Conditions still not improving, really. Visibility still down well under a quarter mile. I'd say visibility is actually probably at about 150 feet or so. Again, the camera peers through this snow a lot better than in person. There's actually been a couple times going through some pretty hefty whiteouts that I'll look at the camera and use that to see further than what I can actually see in real life. You should see Route 77 in Java. Yeah, I actually used to live in Chaffee and travel through Java a lot, and I know that area can get real dicey. I actually used to live in Chaffee Flats, right along 16 there, and that was horrendous with whiteouts. All right, so this is downtown Gary, where pretty much the only thing around here is Country Fair, the mail office, Heritage Village, and the rodeo grounds. So still on Route 60, heading towards the Jamestown area. get a look at what Airport Hill looks like. That's what we call this hill that Jamestown Airport sits on. Usually that tends to become a really dicey area as well. I know last week when we had that really hefty lake effect, they actually closed Route 60 on Airport Hill because there was a bunch of vehicles stuck, couldn't get up the hill. So I don't expect to see that. The roads aren't horrible. They're actually a lot clearer than I thought they'd be. I used to live a mile off Ontario, a little town called Wilson. Yeah, I know where Wilson is. Doesn't look as windy there. Yeah, you're right. It's, I mean, it's windy. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as windy as it was in Fredonia, Dunkirk. Not at all as windy. I would say we were probably getting 25, 30 mile an hour sustained winds. I think with some gust up to 50 possibly. Again, this is just, it's really hard to kind of just guesstimate wind without an anemometer. But it was enough to knock me off my stance a couple times. All right, here we go up Airport Hill. Snow starting in north towns, specifically the Tonawondas. Yep, that's probably that little burst of snow I see coming out of Canada. That looks like it's probably going to shift this lake effect band down south a little further. Doesn't look like a substantial shift, but it definitely is a different wind direction, or definitely a different direction that that little burst is coming. That's probably what's coming into the Tonawondas. Randolph, been snowing and wind. Yep, Randolph's in the thick of it too. Road conditions obviously really deteriorated up on top of this hill. We're at about approaching 2,000 feet in elevation. I'm sorry, actually approaching 1,700 feet, just under 1,700 feet. And now about to come down the other side. Oh, we got a semi off down here? Nope, never mind. Looks like he's just pulled off to the side doing something. Oh, Amazon delivery. So just got down at the bottom of Airport Hill, about to come into Jamestown. Be honest, I didn't think it was going to be snowing this much in Jamestown. I don't know if maybe we're already seeing a little bit of a southern shift on this lake effect band. I am not going to go into downtown Jamestown because it is, I would say, rush hour in Jamestown. People getting out of work. I'm sure the roads are somewhat slick, so it's probably real slow. So we'll kind of stay out of Jamestown. So I just jumped on, or I'm jumping on I-86 eastbound right now. And I-86, to be fair, is not bad as far as road conditions. Really not bad. They're doing a swell job keeping up on keeping 86 clear. You could definitely tell we're kind of on this edge of the lake effect, though. The snowflakes aren't as fat. The winds are a little bit more calm. Visibility's come up ever so slightly, but of course we're also kind of in a twilight period as the sun sets. Okay, and now visibility seems to be dropping. New York incident alerts. Whiteout conditions in Springville. Yep, Springville is another area that just always seems to get hit constantly. So just past the Falconer exit and on I-86. Oh, there's a plow up here. That would explain why the roads really is not in bad shape. on, they're turning off. So we'll see how the road conditions are when we get past them here. Still not bad, to be honest. Nice and warm here at the office, Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it, buddy. Just gotta rub it in. It's actually nice and warm here in the car, too. I can't say the same for when I got out by the lake, though. I got absolutely soaked, and it was like instant ice. So those just joining in, I am on I-86 eastbound right now, in between the Falconer and Kennedy exits, passing milepost 33. Winds actually seem to be picking up a little bit. I'm kind of being whipped around. Can feel the vehicle kind of swaying on me a little bit. So just coming up on the Kennedy exit here in about a mile or so. So this is 62 going down into Kennedy. This is actually really well maintained. But again, I don't think the snow's been as heavy here as it is in other areas. All right, coming down into Kennedy right now. And now this is still Route 62, 394. It's kind of a mix right now. Coming out of Kennedy, heading towards Randolph. This is where 62 kind of turns off. We're not going to go down that way because I know I'll lose cell service. You can see snowfall rates are definitely increasing as we kind of get a little further north. Yeah, I was going to say, that car that just turned is kind of struggling to get up that hill. Road conditions definitely deteriorating. Steve, it's 83 here in Palm Beach. Man, I feel so bad for you guys. You're missing out on some awesome weather. If you didn't pick it up, the sarcasm in my voice. Boy, I wish I was there. Andy, not great in Fredonia. Where are you? So I am actually, I'm near Randolph, Ellington, that area. I believe this is, I don't know if this is classified, this isn't classified 62. This is Waterboro Hill Road, though. I actually just came back from Fredonia and Dunkirk and stuff, and the wind there was nasty. Andrew just posted 40s and 50s possible for Christmas, 60s in Ohio. Well, I think it's safe to say Mr. Heat Miser might be playing his game. Oh boy, I'm out of hot coffee. Now you guys can kind of see the snow coming in from my side here. Yeah, and I am kind of out in Amish country, so if the video cuts out, just stick with us. It usually comes right back. So this is actually Ellington right now. And I think I'm actually going to spin it around here and kind of go back the direction we came, because I believe I'll lose cell signal if I go. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't go any deeper into Ellington. I would have definitely lost your guys' video there. Victoria, again, dropped 500 stars. I'm late. Safe travels. Merry Christmas. You're awesome, Victoria, as always. She really is one of those. Anytime she jumps on and watches our stream, she always drops us a big old batch of stars. Thank you so much for that, Victoria. You're amazing. Victoria, actually, you got to become a subscriber, because that's new that we just launched. There's going to be a bunch of stuff you're going to love. So again, if you haven't checked it out, check out our new subscriber option. So yeah, you can see these flakes are getting real fat again, coming off from my right side. Of course, that's indicative that this band, you know, we're in a pretty heavy part of this lake effect band. Could be intensifying too. Honestly, I haven't looked at radar. I can try and see if I can pull it up. It's been a while since I looked at it. Yeah, we're in a pretty little squirrely part of this lake effect band. It does look like it's actually falling apart a little bit. Fredonia, I know, was getting hammered. Looks like they might be getting a little break. Dunkirk, a little break maybe. Portland's in a break. Silver Creek's in a little break. This could be the beginning of that southern shift. That I kind of was expecting, and now seeing that burst of snow coming out of Canada, looks like it's affecting downtown Buffalo. It'll get into West Seneca, Hamburg, Eden. Oh yeah, it's gotten real crappy here. Victoria, you did subscribe because you've got the subscriber badge. You're awesome. Welcome to the subscribers club. So much appreciated. And guess what, Victoria? I know you just jumped on and you didn't hear me say it before, but we're going to send you a new bumper sticker / magnet. We're not sure if they're stickers or magnets yet, but we've got a little bit of a test batch coming out in the next week or two. And those that subscribe, we're going to be sending you one. Plus, of course, you get the subscriber badge, which I just see Victoria has, so she's all subscribed up. There's going to be a bunch of exclusive content. You now have access to our exclusive subscribers page, where there's going to be exclusive content on that. And in 2026, we have a lot planned. We're talking things like daily forecasts, live stream cameras, even possibly live stream radar, stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff we have in the works for 26. Actually, we're working on an actual office / stream center. So that's currently in the process of being cleaned out and remodeled. But, you know, we're talking green screen cameras, all that kind of stuff. So lots of big things coming in 2026. And now that you're a subscriber, you'll be the first to hear about it all. Thank you again, Victoria. Got to be one of our biggest supporters right there. And of course, liking, sharing, inviting people to like our page, those are all free ways. They don't cost you anything, but it greatly helps us. It helps expand our reach. It helps fuel Facebook and YouTube's algorithm. So if you haven't already, please like, follow our page. If you'd like, feel free to subscribe on our new subscriber option. But if you want to support us, simple like, follow, and share our page. Free ways that you can help us. Again, our goal during the winter really is just to keep you guys informed on Western New York Mother Nature's attitude. We like to think she's got a little bit of a different attitude up here. Big things happening for you guys. Love to hear it. Yep. Lots of big things happening, Victoria. You guys, and really you guys are to thank for that, because we're nothing without our followers, our subscribers, all those people that like, follow, share, comment, all that stuff. I mean, that fuels the algorithm. It helps us earn a little bit. And we take that and we're going to grow for you guys. Oh, he almost hit that deer. Thank gosh he didn't. I don't know how he avoided that deer. Oh yeah, Victoria, if you're still on too, you got to go on our page and check out the Reed Timmer shout out that he sent us too. All right, so this is 394 coming back into Kennedy, New York. You can see weather's still snowing and blowing. We are kind of starting to see a little bit of a shift on this lake effect band. It might be starting its venture down further to the south. When I was in Fredonia and Dunkirk, radar was showing that like Kennedy, Jamestown, all that stuff wasn't really, all these places weren't really getting affected. It was all kind of just to the north. And now that they're, you know, kind of into the thick of it here is kind of a sign that things are shifting south. People really need to shut their high beams off. All right, so right in downtown Kennedy. Breaking news, we just passed 28,000 followers. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You heard that first live. That's awesome. Gosh, I love all of our followers. This was just a little bit of a hobby thing that we were doing, and now it's gaining national attention. Obviously regional attention. We you know, a lot of National Weather Service meteorologists, news stations, a lot of them all follow us. It's incredible what this has turned out to be, and we're going to take it to the next level for you guys, and you guys just helped us surpass 28,000 followers. That's so awesome. Thank you all so much. Again, if you guys like our content, what we share, what we post, when we do live streams, obviously, I know winter storm chases like this are boring. It's more of a ride along, see how the conditions are. We get out, we make it interesting. You know, I took you guys off onto the lake today, got soaked in the process, but that's what I love to do. I know springtime, summertime, the thunderstorms, tornadoes, all that's more interesting, but we also got to face the fact we get pretty gnarly winters around here, and we're going to bring it to you live. So thank you all for commenting or for following. If you don't already, please follow, like our page, share our page, invite as many of your friends as possible. Tell them that this is your go-to for weather information. It's greatly appreciated what you guys do. And if you feel it in your hearts, please join our new subscribe, or you can become a subscriber now. It's only $4.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. Those that subscribe first are going to get a little bumper sticker sent to you guys as a thank you, and there's going to be so much exclusive content coming your way. Tom, it's actually fun and exciting. I'm glad you think so, Tom. I know a lot of you guys like this and stuff. I'm more of the spring tornado chases and stuff. That's where the adrenaline really starts cranking. 161 subscribers on YouTube. That's 100 in the past week. That's awesome. Yeah, YouTube. I know we haven't been active on YouTube, but I don't know if you guys seen on our page, I posted a little short. It was actually the first short I've ever made, and figured I'd do it for the Storm Chaser page. We shared it on Facebook and YouTube. It's the big new, had to jump on the TikTok bandwagon kind of thing everyone's doing. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a little funny short, but that short really took off on YouTube. So we're one of the things we're gonna figure out on our year-end meeting or New Year meeting. We're going to try to figure out how we can stream to multiple platforms at one time, that being YouTube, X, Facebook, stuff like that. So I know, because right now we really only stream live on Facebook, and then we'll upload the live to YouTube at a later time and stuff, but we want to go live on all those platforms. And obviously, once we get our studio built and everything up and going, we want to be able to we want to be able to stream to all those platforms. Wow, Andrew just posted an awesome statistical. That short I was talking to you guys, I made 45,000 views on YouTube compared to 45,000 views and 3,000 likes on YouTube. Facebook didn't even get that much attention. So that's just really weird to see that other platform kind of take off and really like that. But for now, guys, though, I am actually on my way to go sign off. I've been at it for, I think, almost 3 hours now. I may be able to send some info to you on that. Victoria, that'd be awesome. And one of the things we might do is we might be looking for an intern. If there's an intern that's working on video editing, kind of stuff like that, we might be looking for someone like that, or even someone we in between Falconer and Kennedy. So this is where I'm going to leave you guys, though. If you do venture out tonight, please take it slow. You can see, I mean, right now I'm doing 21 miles an hour. Take it slow. It is slick. Salt's having a hard time because we are down to 17 degrees now. The lower the temperature gets, the worse Salt reacts or helps. So again, thank you all for jumping on. I appreciate you all so much. If I'm not live by or before Christmas, I just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Stay safe. Hope you enjoy it with your families. Of course, stay tuned to our page for updates on the Christmas weather. We're looking at Mr. Heat Miser coming into town for Christmas Eve and Christmas. But thank you all again so much. Stay safe, stay warm, and as always, eyes to the skies. See you all on the next one.